Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to New Game Plus, our weekly exploration of various games, post-game and New Game Plus content. Currently we're playing through Atelier Rorona DX for Nintendo Switch. This is obviously the PS3 version of Atelier Rorona Plus, but Atelier Rorona DX for Switch doesn't have a physical version in this country, so, well, you'll have to live with it. Anyway, last time around we got started on the third assignment, so today's job is to pick up where we left off and see how we get on with that. Let's go.
Right, let's play. Hey. Before we do anything today, I'm going to pop in here and we're going to have a fiddle around with the background music. Because why not? That's a thing you can do in Atelier Rorona Plus onwards. So let's make the most of it. Alright, let's begin with the workshop. So you have a pretty wide selection of tunes to pick from in this. Going all the way back to the beginning of the series. And then there's at least a few tracks from each of the different games as well. So it goes right back to Atelier Mari, which is the beginning of the series. And sounds like it as well. But it's got a certain PS1 charm to it. And then there's been quite a few remixes of that over the years. With various different pieces of instrumentation. And then some of the other games. I won't go through all of these. Let's just pick one that sounds nice. Actually, there's a nice remix of Baumkuchen somewhere. I think it's in the 20th Anniversary Edition album. There it is. Oh no, not the one I was thinking of. What was I thinking of? There was a really nice version that I could have sworn was Baumkuchen with lyrics. Maybe it was on one of these other albums. I guess not. Oh no, there it is. Yes, I like this one. We'll have this one for the workshop theme. Town theme, let's have... I quite like the Atelier Judy theme there. It's quite a nice one. Normal battle. Let's have something from Atelier Iris, maybe. Some nicely PS2 sounding battle themes there. Let's go with that one for now. Powerful foe battle. Well, let's take some other Atelier Iris themes. Why not? That'll do it for now. Okay, let's not waste any more time doing that. So, what was the job this time around? Replicating the ancient tool. So we need to make Witch's Salve, Beast Statue, and Healing Aroma. The more items, the better. So, let's see if we can get that out of the way as soon as possible, because then that will leave us plenty of free time to dick around. And as we all know, dicking around is fun. Right, I can make 3 Witch Salve straight away, so let's do that. Nice chunk of experience for that. Lovely. And some beast statues. I can make 1 of those for now. Let's make some good quality ones, because good quality tends to get you a better rating on the assignment, which means you need fewer items to finish it as well. So I need some more logs to make some more of them. I'm sorry, Ike. And what was the other thing? Healing Aroma, wasn't it? I think. Yes. I don't appear to have the recipe for that. Unless it's not actually a... Oh no, it's a synthesis item, not a an actual healing item, despite the name. It's like an ingredient for something else. So we need some cobalt berries for that one. Which I think we can get from Tiffany. Oh, she's got logs as well. Excellent. Give me all your logs. And give me all your berries. And that will do. Thank you muchly. Actually, I think she also has mandragoras. Mandragoras, whatever you want to call them. There it is. Yes, give me all of those as well. I am rolling in money, so I will buy all the things. Okay, so let's make some more of those. Churn it out, Rorona. Yeah, let's spend a week making some of these. Why not? Why not? Now, I can't remember if we mentioned this before. This one here, this little trait here that has a synthesize icon next to it, that means it's a combination of two of the same trait of different levels. So if you look down at the tip, down at the bottom, it says warranty, lasts to level 1 and lasts to level 2. So if you attach both of those to an item, you can get the warranty trait, which is significantly more effective than just the two traits by themselves. So much later in the game, making good use of those becomes really important to making good quality items. And in fact, if you engage with the actual post-game quest as well, it becomes pretty much essential to make the final item in that as well. For now, it's just a nice thing to have. Lots of experience, very nice. And I reckon we've got enough to turn in already. So let's go see Tiffany. It's Geo. Oh, comic misunderstanding. I love this theme, it's so cheerful. It just captures her personality so perfectly.
私はここの店主に借りがあった。今は
確かに間違ってないような。
店だけでなく通りがかりの少女にまで迷惑をかけたとあっては松代までの恥。さあ、何も言わずに受け取ってくれ。
いやそんな。さよなら。
待て、逃がさんぞ。
We've all had interactions like that.
なんか
Where you just want to go, goodbye! And leave.
それにしてもあのお客さん。
Yes, you have, Tiffany, but who could it be? I wonder who it could be. I know who it is. Do you, dear world viewer? That was a funny word. I was torn between saying watcher and viewer. Watcher didn't sound quite right. But then I started saying it already, and then I switched to viewer halfway through, so it came out as viewer. Ignore me. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. But what the hell was I doing? I was going to turn some stuff in, wasn't I? Stirk. Take my things. Give me stuff. Yeah, why not? Take all of my things. Alright, done. Right, time for other requests. So we need to gather, we need to fight, we need to do quests, we need to sell stuff. We need to synthesize a healing salve with a particular trait on it. We need to synthesize 3 bird statues. And 3 witch salves with curse and fight the Puni King. Ooh. Right, let's go see if there's any quests we can trigger first. As they usually are. Penduluk. About 1 billion of those, so you are welcome to them. Don't have any of them. Don't have any of that. Okay, so it does actually sort the quests, so the ones that you're able to do, it puts up there first. So we can't do any of them at the moment, so we may as well go out and do a bit of gathering. Is that right? I think last time we checked all the shops for recipe books, didn't we? Let's just make sure. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. And we've already been to Tiffany's and wasn't anything there. So, no specific items we need to use at the moment. Let's see if we can make that. First of all, 1 healing salve with hit point recovery small. Alright, so healing item, healing salve. Only got enough stuff to make 1 anyway. Oh, well that's no good, is it? Well, fuck that then. Okay, let's go out. Right, and we need to fight the Puni King, who's in the nearby forest. So, if you've got a boss to fight, like this particular request, or if you've got a quest that tells you need to defeat specific monsters or a specific boss monster, if you scroll through the locations, you'll see in the gathering area trait section, it will tell you where the target monster is. There's also just certain bosses who appear at certain points in the game as well. They don't necessarily appear as part of a quest or a assignment or anything like that, but they will show up on the map as well. For now, we have gathering and fighting to do. Puni abuse. And like I think I mentioned last time, when you've got the ladies dumbbell item, which we do, I've got it left over from the previous game. If you attack something that is significantly lower level than yourself, you'll just defeat it. There's our new music.
楽勝だったね。
Can't change the victory theme, which is a bit of a shame, but... There's the Pony King. Hello. Whack!
よし先制攻撃だぜ
Okay, so... normally, what you do in this situation is you probably try and build up Rowan as a assist meter in the middle. But I'm guessing we've probably got enough good equipment to just twat him one. Yeah, he's going to be dead in 2 hits, isn't he? Oh no, maybe 3 hits. There we go, dead. I will explain the assist system when we get to a fight where it becomes actually necessary, but that won't be until much later in the game. So we'll just romp through for the minute. And do what is necessary. Right, at the minute, I don't think there's a lot of point grinding around here too much, just because even the green ponies are too low level for us. So let's leave them be. Let's pop home for a sec. I came back here for a reason, and I've already forgotten what it was. I still need to do these, obviously, but I don't... That wasn't what I was thinking of. Oh, yes, I remember. I was going to look and see what bombs I'm capable of making at the moment. Alright, I can't make ice bombs yet. Ice bombs are something we'd need to freeze the river to get to the last area of the forest. However, if I remember correctly, yeah, the vertical left line is a book called Cute Bombs, which I think might have the ice bomb recipe in it. So if we go and turn in that Pony King, we might be able to get our hands on that. So if we put a stamp there, and then go see what that's got in it. Yes, there we go. And bell bombs are also good for breaking through those rocks we haven't been able to get through just yet as well. So let's make some stuff. Let's make some ice bombs first. Let's go for the best possible quality, although that's not saying much at the minute. Now I'll put those in the basket because we want to take those with us. Bell bombs, we need cotton flowers, which I don't think we're in a position to get yet. Yeah, if you look at the cotton flower icon we've got there, it's silhouetted rather than coloured like the Zettel is. And that means you haven't found it yet, or you haven't made it yet, so you don't know what it looks like. So we need to unlock another area before we can do that. And that should, I guess, happen in this chapter, given that we've got that item now. I don't think you can buy cotton flowers from Tiffany, but we'll have a look. No, she hasn't got any, so we have to actually go and find them first. So, anything we can do in the meantime? We can sell some items. And rather conveniently, you can sort by price. Oops. So I don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need all these ingots. That's a lot of money. It's a lot more than I needed to get. But oh, there we go. Another task done. Brilliant. So we'll buy some more mandra roots somehow because we need to make some more thingies, witch shelves. And then we need to try and make some more bird statues as well, don't we? So, beast statues, make 2. Now, if you're trying to get a specific item category using the meter, you can sort by category, I think it is. Yeah, there we are. So that then puts the highest levels of the meter at the top of the stack, and then as you go down, the meter gradually declines. So in order to get the bird statue, we need to use these Ordra feathers. So let's do that. I won't use those mandra roots because we need them for something else. I know it looks like a demon, but it's totally a bird. It says so. And then we can do something similar for the witch salve. So we need to try and make cursed. But I don't think we have any items that can do that. No. No, okay, so that one's not happening at the moment. Healing salve, I still don't think we've got enough to get that higher level healing. No. We're nearly there, but just not quite far enough. We need to be over that notch in the middle, but instead we're just about at it. Which is not good enough. Now we have done that one, which is good. So we've done sell items, we've done various beast statues, done the Puni King. May as well do some quests in that case. Doesn't really matter where they go for the rest of this, because we're going to get them all anyway. Just got rid of one of those. Right. Well, may as well. Given that they're not going to help us make a witch salve at the minute. Also got loads of these. Silkus, conveniently I do have one of them. Dead beast, I have lots of those. Because of all the dead beasts. And that's about it. Nothing super interesting in that shop just yet. Oh, we've done that one already. Brilliant. Okay, let's go for a little wander. I made some ice bombs, didn't I? So let's go see if we can freeze that lake and get to the other side of it. And that way we will have completely cleared the forest then. Which will be nice. Everything is much too weak to be worthwhile here. Get some useful ingredients though. Puni balls you'll end up with a lot of, but there's a few recipes where they come in handy. And they're also quite useful as a general purpose ingredient too. Just like if you need to make a load of supplements or something, just having a bunch of Puni balls that you don't really care about is a good way of handling that. It's that all water. But water in particular tends not to have any particularly interesting traits on it. So, alright, let's see if this works. Yes! Marvellous. There's not actually very much over here, but it just makes me feel a bit better if we've actually done it. So what have we got in here? There's some stir metal. And that's that for that area. So, off to the world map. And then I think the best place for us to grind for experience at the moment is the National Mine. So we may as well pop back over there for a little bit. Spirit's Path, we can't get through that last door, can we? Because there's a rock in the way. And in order to get through that, we need to get the stuff we need to make bell bombs, which we don't have yet. I don't think ice bombs will be enough to do that, but we'll give it a try. We might as well. If not, we can always just splatter a few enemies along the way. Do you remember when RPG sounded like this? Great days. The whole Atelier Rorona Plus series in particular, or from the Ireland series onwards in particular, they sound very much like a... No, not sound. They seem very much like a sort of celebration of Gust's history in a lot of ways, so sort of acknowledging the great soundtracks of the past, a lot of the Arrange albums. And although most of the Atelier sub-series aren't directly related to each other, there are a few links along the way. Like, if you've been reading over on mywaygamer.net, the Waifu Wednesday series, you'll know that the ghost character Pamela, who I don't think we've met yet. No, because she comes up in the catacombs. The ghost character Pamela is a recurring character in the series. She often tends not to have any memory of her previous lives or the previous things that she's done, but she is quite strongly implied to be the same character. So, and then I think it's Manakimia, where you find out how she died. I haven't played that one yet, but that's one I do have that I'd like to try at some point. A big fan of Gust games, and to think a few years back I'd never played any of them. I wasn't familiar with them at all, and a friend of mine said, "Oh, right, okay, you've been getting into these modern JRPGs recently. You should really try this series called Art and Ellico. It's my favourite series of all time." And those ice bombs aren't good enough. Oh well, worth a try. Yeah, so he said you should really try this series Art and Ellico. I'm sorry, I got a very itchy nose today. And so I did. And Art and Ellico, oh my god, Art and Ellico is magical. Absolutely magical. As someone who has very strong emotional responses to music and stuff, just the way Art and Ellico is put together and the way its music is used is just... It gives me shivers just thinking about it. It really does. And it's a beautifully compelling series of 3 games. 4 if you count Arno Surge, which I haven't played yet, but that's kind of a different situation. But yeah, the main 3 games in the Art and Ellico series are just so special to me. And again, they're a series that I could have missed out on if I hadn't listened to a recommendation from a friend, because I certainly hadn't read anything about them on sort of gaming magazine sites and such like. So it's all about the word of mouth these days. And it's all about sitting and watching people like me playing games you've never heard of. If indeed you do. If I haven't mentioned it lately, I'm very grateful to those of you who do actually sit here and watch through these whole videos. I say this quite often over on my Patreon and on my Gamer itself. So the main reason I do these things is to entertain myself. It's part of the hobby for me now. It's writing about them. Writing is sort of my first love, but the video side of things has really started to become a part of that these days as well, just because it's a great way to share these experiences with other people. I think the other week, I think it was Puppy Gaming made a comment about the feeling of watching one of my videos was like sitting with a friend and playing through these games. And that's exactly what I've been kind of going for, really. I mean, I know I'm not actually talking to anyone directly like a streamer or anything, but most of the people I know who might watch my videos tend to have schedules that are incompatible with mine anyway, so streaming isn't especially practical for me. But this is sort of the next best thing, because it allows me to say a few things, and then some people can respond to that, and then we can start a conversation, and then we can talk about, I don't know, ridiculous costumes, or whether Rorona's father is a dirty old bastard, or something like that. And it's just great. It's become a really great part of the hobby. Right, so we got a full basket, so let's empty that. If you've not been paying attention in recent weeks, the reason that I can send these items straight back to my container without having to actually go home and do that is because of the furnishing item called the secret bag, which again is another carryover from my first playthrough of this. And it's very, very convenient, because if you don't have that, what that basically means is when your basket gets full, you have to sort of prioritize what you've got. And you need to decide whether you need all the stuff you got, or whether you've got time to go home and drop it off, or that sort of thing. And I mean, it makes for some quite interesting decisions, but once you've got the secret bag, you can then be a lot more efficient. And that's one of many reasons that we're romping through these assignments so quickly. It's just because I don't really have to worry about running out of space or having to manage time quite so much. Just because these little conveniences might not sound like much by themselves, but they all add up into saving you a lot of time and energy on this second playthrough. So what I would recommend to a lot of people, if you're interested in seeing the multiple endings, is actually just play through your first time through the game. Just do what comes naturally. Just see how far you get, see what ending you get, see what characters you develop relationships with, and don't rely on a guide. I mean, you will need a guide to get a lot of the endings in this, but for your first playthrough, it's worth just enjoying it. And I'd say that for Atelier Tottery and Atelier Rorona as well. Just because these games are set up in such a way that the world feels really nicely immersive. I mean, it's not a super detailed world in terms of graphics or anything, and there's not a lot to explore, but just the way the setting is designed and the way people interact with each other and all that sort of thing, it's just a really nice place to hang out. And if you're constantly referring to your phone or a tablet or a printed guide or something like that, does anyone still print out guides? Oh, I certainly used to, but I don't think I've done that for a long time. But yeah, if you're just playing through and enjoying it without referring to reference material all the time, then you'll have a lot more of an enjoyable experience first time around. That's a good bomb, but that won't be enough to get through the rock, sadly. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the cotton flowers come from like a highlands area or something like that. And there's certainly a point in the game where you need to be in the workshop on a particular date in the month for a character to stop by, and he'll tell you where he got a certain item from. It's this sort of thing that a guide is quite helpful for. But it's also quite fun to just stumble across it by accident the first time you play and sort of go, oh, right, okay. I'm glad I was in the right place at the right time for that. You may have noticed that Ixol is actually regenerating hit points now. That's one of his passive abilities, is he just... he just regenerates, which makes him quite helpful, because he's also got a healing skill. Healing skills are quite hard to come by in this game, so him having one is quite useful. Otherwise, you end up relying quite a lot on Rorona for healing. And because she has a whole host of other things that she can do with her items, you don't necessarily want to be relying on her just for healing. So, alright, back to the workshop. Uh-huh. Geo.
失礼する。
So this would be an event that happens a certain amount of time after the previous one, but not necessarily on a fixed day. And I think, thinking about it, I think it might be Geo who triggers the next area.
やっと見つけた。
ダメですよ。
大丈夫だ。今日はちゃんと財布を持ってきた。あの時は私も頭に血が上っていてな。
怖くて変な人かと思
One
ったけど。
I hesitate to say interesting thing about that, but I think it's quite interesting, so I'm going to share it with you anyway, is that a lot of the time in games like this where you have a scene where someone lends someone some money,
ところで、
often it doesn't actually acknowledge that in the mechanics, so like you won't actually see 200 gold disappear from your wallet. And so it's quite unusual and quite pleasing for this game to actually bother to acknowledge that.
そうか。と、いか。自己紹介がまだだったな。
He's got a great cape. You'll have the popped vampire collar. He's not a vampire.
コロナです。ジオさん。
私の名前がどうかしたかね。
略しようがない。
略す。今後は客として利用させてもらうことになると思う。
あ、はい。よろしくお願いします。あれ？
Rorona has a habit of wanting to shorten people's names. That's what the end of that exchange is all about. Right. So... now what? I don't think we actually... did we achieve anything else out of these? Oh, we must have done. We must have done, because we fought a bunch of things and picked up a bunch of crap, so...
私に何か依頼
there we go. Lovely.
では。来
Alright, well that's pretty comprehensive. So we don't really need to worry about those too much because like 5 vouchers isn't going to make a huge amount of difference at this point. So let's go to the workshop. And what should we do? This is almost a trouble we have now, is that you find yourself wondering what you should be doing. Let's make some stuff that gives us some experience. So let's make some items. I only can make one of them. I need 14 of those though. So what I'd like to do is get us to the 15th, because if that event is going to happen, I think it happens then. So let's do that.
どれを使おう。
And we'll make a bunch of crappy ingots because they don't need to be good. They just need to be ingots.
どれを使おう。これ、それじゃあ調合するよ。できたー。どの特性をつけようかな。
There we go. 70 experience. Yes, please.
レベルアップ。何を作ろうかな。
No events. What am I missing? Season quests. If nothing else, grinding reputation is a worthwhile pursuit. Okay. How are we doing on reputation? We're at 34.8%, so I think we get the second star at 40%, so we can maybe grind up a bit more of that. What can we do? Blank stew, I'm pretty sure we can do, because that's easy to do. So yes, some of that. Tink. We could make one of those, so that's not going to be a problem. Polish powder. Yep, we've got the stuff we need for that, so that's good. Another tink, I don't think I've got enough for that, so Don't have enough for the lightning bomb. And plain pie. That's plenty to be getting on with for now. So
何を作ろうかな。
oh no! Shit!
何を作ろうかな。
Bollocks. That's irritating. Never mind. It's not hard to come by. So one blank stew.
何を作ろうかな。これなら簡単。
Again, for the sake of efficiency, I'll make a few, just so we can make the maximum possible in that amount of time. There we go. And some of them. And some water.
使おう。それじゃ調合するよ。できた。どの特性をつけようかな。何を作ろうかな。
Alright, what else was there? Polished powder and one pie.
何を作ろうかな。
Oh no. I'm planning things very poorly today.
それでいいのかしら。会話す。何を作ろうか。これなら簡単。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。
Again. May as well make a whole bunch. It might save us a bit of time later on.
できた。
One experience. Pathetic.
作ろうかな。
And then
何を作ろうかな。
polish powder.
これなら簡単。どれを使おう。それじゃ調合するよ。できた。何を作ろう。完璧な仕事で。
Alright, so we got until the 3rd of September to do that.
また
So that's fine. How do we trigger the next GIO event? I guess it's just another set amount of time after that. So let's go out again for a bit. Oh, we got some more events. Must have leveled up Ixel's friendship enough, I guess. Alright, let's go this way. And go somewhere where there's stim stones, right here. You'll notice that there's supposedly an Ixel event in all of these. It just means that that will happen anywhere, not that there is an event in every one of those places.
イクセ君そろそろ休憩しない？
I was mistaken in the previous episode. I said that Ixel's events aren't tied to friendship at all, but apparently they are. So, but they are also tied to location as well, unlike a lot of other characters. So,
そうなんだけど、
弁当ってお前な。
分かってるけど、
まあいいか。
ちょっと待っててね。
何大声出してんだよ。
お弁当忘れてきちゃった。
you are dumb, endearingly dumb.
はあ？ほんと抜けてるなお前は。
ちゃんと入れたと思ったのに。
Rorona crying sprite always makes me feel so bad.
しょうがないな。
待ってろって。
Even though she can clearly switch it on and off at will.
いいからそこでおとなしく待ってろよ。よ、お待たせ。
あ、帰ってきた。どこ？
これを作ってきたんだよ。ほれ。
あ、お料理だ。これどうしたの？
だから作ってきたんだよ。ほら。
The same pan you've been twatting monsters with. Hygienic.
いただきます。
そうか。
すっごく美味しい。特にこのお肉。これ何のお肉なの？
そりゃあお前こ この辺で取れる肉って言ったらなんだ半分や。ああいやなんでもない。なあ俺はほら。
なんで視線をそらすの？ねえイクセ君、このお肉。
もう満腹か。じゃあ。
ちょっとこれ何のお肉なの？
I'm sure it's fine. Oh no, a monster!
さあ、どっからでもかかってきなさい。このや
そうだ。楽勝楽勝。
And a stale bomb, apparently. Bombs go off. And not in the way you think. Right, back to the workshop.
何を作ろうかな。
And you can have your tink.
どれを使う？これ。それじゃあ調合するよ。できた。どの特
Yeah, we're clearly going to get through the whole assignment period in this episode today, aren't we? So, okay, that's nice. Romping through the game.
こんにちは。そうだ。
Oh, no.
どの
You have that.
お疲れ。
And you can have that.
お疲れ。
And you can have those.
これ。
And you can have those.
かん。
Oh, reputation of plenty.
また。
Oh, still not quite 40. Right, so...
何を作ろうかな。
What to make is the question. Or do we go out again? Maybe we make some stuff we haven't made before. Let's make a tonic.
簡単。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。どれを使う。それじゃあ。
That takes one day, so I'll just make one of those.
どの特性をつけようかな。
Okay.
何を作ろうかな。
Alchemy coal we've made loads of. Don't really need to make any more of those. Silkus we've made. Nyland feather we haven't made. We can make a whole bunch of them. Let's make 5. Oh no, we're going to run out of magic points. Alright, let's make 2.
どれを使おう。どれを使おう。
I'm not going to use that tonic. I'll save that in case it's needed in another recipe for something.
どの特性をつけようかな。
Now again, normally the cloth items you would use to make equipment, but because I've already got so much good equipment saved up from last playthrough,
どれくらいや
it can pretty much just be a for-profit item. It will get me some experience and some money. Oh, hello. Geo? No, stuck.
失礼する。
あ、こんにちは。ステル。
依頼の期日が迫っているので様子を見に来た。
あ、そうですか。
その割には浮かない顔だな。
あ、やだ。顔に出てますか。
催促に来られていい気がしないのはわかるが。
違うんです。ステレクさんが嫌なんじゃなくて。
ハト。
はい。可愛かったからまた会いたいなって思ってて。
あのハトは私が個人で飼育しているものだ。
本当ですか？ありがとうございます。
嫌われているわけではないようだな。ハトイカというのも複雑な気分。
Poor man. Poor man, he clearly likes Rorona. Yeah, so I was resting, wasn't I? And then I've got some
を作ろうかな。
magic points back now, so I can make some more things. Nothing really very good to make, though. I can't make any of those good bombs yet. Maybe we just keep making
これなら簡単簡単。何を作
quests. I keep making quests.
そう。今のロロ。
Okay, we can do that. We can build up Ishio's friendship. Make a start on that already. Bag bombs.
これ。
Don't have the stuff for them at the moment. Tink. Yeah, I do have the stuff for it this time.
それじゃ。
Alright, let's do those. My short-term memory. God. Right, 2 witch shelves.
何を作ろうかな。これなら簡単簡単。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。どれを使おう。それじゃ調合するよ。できた。どの特性をつけようかな。何を作ろうか
Okay,
な。
and was it 2 Tink? I think it was, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah, I remembered that one.
何を作ろうかな。これなら簡単。どれを使おう。
Double Tink.
どれを使おう。これ。それじゃ調合するよ。できた。どの特性をつけようかな。レベルアップ。何を作ろうかな。
Alright, every little helps.
こんにちは。
Plenty of that.
お疲れ。
Plenty of that. Plenty of that. Just enough of that.
完璧。
Alright.
また。
Now we're over 40. Now, that should mean we get an event with Esty at some point. But evidently not on the same day that it happens. No, maybe we need to advance the clock.
これなら簡単簡単。どれを使おう。
Again, I'm making these items because they're
どれを使おう。
worth a decent amount of
これ。
alchemy experience,
するよ。
rather than because they're especially useful or anything.
できた。どの特性をつけようかな。
The 101 experience for that. Even though it's a load of old shit. Still no event at Estes. Maybe we don't get that until the next assignment then. Okay, well, let's just make some more stuff then.
何を作ろうかな。
Let's make some more nylon feather.
どれを使おう。どれを使おう。
Oh, my tonic. Oh, well, never mind. It wasn't that good anyway.
調合するよ。できた。どの特性をつけようかな。レベル。
Level up!
何を作ろうかな。
And just going to check, just because I'm paranoid, but yes, we definitely got all the stars on that. Yeah, we did the whole bingo card. So yeah, all good. Alright. May as well continue
何を作ろうかな。
the grind. And you make one of them. You make one of them as well. Must be short on oil.
どれを使おう。
Yes, I am. Okay, oil we can get from Ixel, I think.
あ、なんだろう。
Aha, Leonella.
人だかり。何かやってるのかな。
Now, in all my playthroughs of this, I've never got really any of the events with Leonella, so it'll be quite interesting to try and get some of those this time around as well. We should have plenty of time to do that.
あの子。もうちょっと近くで見たい。 以上です。ありがとうございました。
すごかったぞ姉ちゃん。
Of course, the pervy old men are there watching.
もっとやって。
アンコールアンコール。
ごめんなさい。
あ、逃げた。
もう終わり。
しょうがないな。
Obligatory, some people are into that comment here.
お財布。
I love how that cat just has no relevance to the scene whatsoever. In fact, if you wander around a lot of the scenes, there's a lot of cats just hanging out, doing their thing, like cats do. And of course, an Atelier's tradition. I don't really know the story behind that, to be honest. I do know that it is present in most of the Atelier games, certainly from this one onwards. Not sure about the earlier ones, but it wouldn't surprise me. There's the cats. And some barrels. Alright, no more events for now. Oh, there's Geo. Can't hire him yet. Spoiler, you can hire him. Alright, well, I guess... Oh, I was going to the cafe, wasn't I? After all that.
Yo.
And I would like some eggs. Oh, you got 20 of them. Yeah, yeah. Give me all of your eggs. And I shall use them to make stuff. We all know eggs are an integral part of the the word metallurgy. Making metal. Smelting. It's a good word. Smelting. This one feels like it's gone very quickly. Not sure why, but oh well, not complaining too much. Again, experience. Right, 4 days left. Let's nap. Let's save first, just in case. Not that there's a lot we can really achieve in 4 days if necessary, but actually I'm going to save it in a new slot. I'm pretty sure we've done everything we need to. Time's up! Pretty much, yeah. You do know it went fine, Rorona, because you finished it in probably less than 10 minutes. Alright, what's next? Turn in meals for the annual festival. You're evaluated on amount and quality. So this time around we just have to make food. And we've got until the 20th of December to do that.
王国祭の準備ですか。
そうだ。
もうそんな季節なんですね。
そうか。そうだ。君のような年頃の少女は。
ああ、いえ、そんなつもりで言ったんじゃ。大丈夫ですよ。
それならいいのだが、依頼を終わらせたら。
はい、楽しみにしてます。
The annual festival does indeed happen every year in this game. Alright, so that is the third assignment done. So, on that note, I guess it's time to say, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moegamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.